filming me?
She did not consent.
You're gonna be cutting it off. You're gonna be using your wire cutter, and a nice little slab comes out. Ooh, I did a good job in wedging it. Heck yeah. Away. Oh my goodness. Putting it away, and then pulling it towards you, away, towards you, away, towards you, away. And it basically starts creating a shape. You could do it the other way too. And you go. Alright. Right? And so you put that on the side. You're gonna get your sponge, dip it a little bit in the water, and you're gonna wet your wheel. This is just so your ball of clay could stick to the surface. Yeah.
Just
I'm gonna
like
turn on my
flour.
machine.
I made dough before.
This one kind of makes pedal, and it's gonna spin on a certain direction. It's not clockwise, it's counterclockwise. Ooh, quick question. And I'm gonna slow it down, stop it. I'm gonna get my ball of clay. Watch out, I don't want to splatter you. But
Smack it
basically,
down.
you're gonna smack it into the clay, but you want to make it here in the center.
In the middle.
On that first, on the first
It
circle
took
on the
me a couple
bullseye.
tries.
So you smack it, see how it's kind of away from it? You're just gonna push it to the center. And you're just gonna start patting it so that way it's nice and centered in there. A nice little cheat sheet if you wanted it to stay, because right now it's kind of stabled in there. You can just push into the corners of the side. This kind of helps it just center it more, and then your clay doesn't fly off. Because sometimes if you whoosh, center it, it'll go and then it'll go woo, and it'll fly out, right? Now for the fun part. Turn on the machine. I'm gonna push on my pedal, and it started spinning. This is when you have to multitask, okay? Because your dominant hand is gonna be the one that's gonna be helping you build it, but you're also gonna be wetting the clay because it has to be wet, so that way it doesn't stick to your hands and it's easier to maneuver. While this hand, I'm gonna wet it a little bit, is the one that's gonna be helping you center it. So basically, you kind of want to create a U.
Center shaper.
Yeah. This one helps you center it too, but this one is like the bodybuilder of it. It stays. But basically, you want to create a U, and the palm of your hand has to be in the bottom of the wheel. Usually, to have like a better
My hands are small.
angle and stability, you kind of want to rest your elbow into your thigh. Or if you want, like, well, usually it's better over there because you're a lot higher than this one. But in your thigh, and you kind of just want to push up. So my hand right here is pushing up because I'm trying to center it perfectly into the wheel. So this hand is going up. So you always have to push ahead of you, okay? While I'm wetting it, this hand, I'm gonna do a karate chop. I'm gonna be pushing it down so I can try to center it better. And then you start pushing it a little bit down so it could create like a nice smooth cone. Okay? So it's all about feeling too, because sometimes when you're in it, you'll see that you're starting to feel it more square, and you kind of want to cone it so then that way it's easier to bring up the walls. You gotta create that flat surface. Like if you see it, it's already kind of like in a good center, and where you can see the perfect little spiral right here in the center. But I'm gonna show you guys how to cone it. You guys really don't have to cone it. It's only so it could be kind of more structured. But basically you push your hands together a little bit. You don't push it too much, you do little by little, and you're basically just bringing it up. Gradually, yep. So you grab from the center and then you bring it up. And it kind of helps it too because it finds its center. See how it's not wobbling outside, it's just all the way straight up. To bring it back down, you're gonna have to like bend it away from you and then bring it back down. And then some clay will come off. That's perfectly fine. Just put it in the bucket. Wet your hand a little bit more, and then we're gonna be coning it down again. All right. So let me do this real quick. Now it's ready for us to create our opening. To create your opening, you're just gonna be using like one finger. You can use your thumb or you can use your finger, but basically where this little spiral is at, that's your center. So with, again, this hand, you're keeping it as your structured base. Is basically what's helping it stay in the center. And then this finger, you're gonna put your thumb in there and you're just slightly gonna be adding pressure going it down. And you're gonna see that it's gonna be creating that tunnel. Can you see that tunnel?
That's so. Yep.
Right? So then now I'm gonna apply a little bit more pressure and I'm gonna go down. When you do this step, you don't wanna go all the way down because you're gonna be touching the metal base and then your cup is gonna have a hole. So you just wanna go slightly down and I'll help you guys a little bit on it. So then that way it's not too much down. Because usually when you do this step, you don't wanna touch it too much in the bottom because you'll create a hole. But then at the same time, when you're trimming and that base in the bottom is too thin, you can't shave it and you can't trim it because it's too thin for it to go. So now we're gonna do our opening. Our opening, you're gonna get your finger. Sorry, I felt clay on my wrist. You're gonna get your finger, you're gonna place it in the opening and you're gonna be pulling towards you. Okay, little by little, you're gonna be pulling your finger towards you. So to this thumb, you could always rest your thumb to this thumb so that way it's more stable. But you're gonna be putting your finger in there and you're gonna be pulling towards you, and then little by little, it's gonna be opening up. All right, so now I have a nice little opening. I'm gonna wet my hand a little bit more. And then I'm gonna create that thing again. Just little by little, I'm gonna be opening it. And then just depending on how you want it, is how open you'll get it. So like if you're doing a mug, you'll probably leave it here. If you're doing a bowl, you're kind of opening it a little bit more. But since we're doing a mug, I'm just gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna flatten my base a little bit. Now it's pulling your walls. So your walls are right here and we're gonna be pulling it up, okay? So this is when you switch hands. So this hand is gonna be the one that's gonna be doing the most work while this one's gonna be inside. Basically, you're gonna use your finger and you're gonna create it into like a little knuckle. And then this hand, you're gonna be inside and you're basically gonna touch the bottom over here where my finger's at, and you're gonna pull it towards the top. So from the inside and the outside, I'm slowly gonna be picking up the wall. And it's gonna go up. Okay. Thank you. And then again. And then you can grab your sponge too. And then start making that thing go up. Okay. And then depending on how you want it to, it's just the structure of how you want this cup to be. You can make it more narrow. You can make it more cylinder. If we want to do it kind of like how that guy had it, I'm going to be opening the bottom part of my cup a little bit more. So I'm just going to be using my finger inside and trying to push a little bit so then that way it has a better opening. And then with these tools, these kind of help you out. So if I were to make this, wanting it to be more straight and cylinder, I'm gonna use this flat side. So I'm gonna apply this to the center. See how I have it stable so it won't move, because if I leave it, it's just gonna fly out. I would do it, I'll do it. It's gonna fly out. So you wanna make sure that it's structured, and you're gonna pull it until you see where that clay's hitting. Now I'm gonna get my finger and I'm gonna go inside and I'm gonna push the clay so that way it could try and hit the wall. Remember how we saw that video and that guy had the little thing that would be placed on the top, and it kind of helped it so it wouldn't rise anymore, just like that. But instead, this is going to be on the side. And I'm just going to be pushing it from the inside, so then that way it could have that structured on the sides. And then I'll grab this one real quick. Nice. Oh. All right.
Voila.
All right. And then I can use this one so I could grab that bottom piece a lot better. And it could create that nice smoothness to it. Okay. Now I'm going to take that piece off. I'm going to grab this piece again so I can create all of that together better. Sorry for the screeching noise. Turn it over. Alright. And now for the inside, you can create that smooth surface as well using the corner piece or even using your sponge. But usually when you make a bowl is when you use this because it curves it out. So you just kind of want to tilt it in a certain way. Just so it could be a nice, smooth finish inside. All right, now I'm gonna get my sponge and just wet it right here on the top of the lip so it could be nice and smooth. And there you have it. Could be a cup, a mug. I could use it as a flower pot. Or I could mess around with it more and see what else we could do with it.